The Old Egyptian Empire was a period in Egyptian history that lasted approximately from 2686 BC to 2181 BC. It is distinguished by the construction of huge pyramids and the establishment of a centralized and bureaucratic political system. Pharaoh Djoser was one of Egypt's most powerful monarchs. He ruled during the Third Dynasty, circa 2670 BC, and is credited with the construction of the famed Pyramid of Djoser at Saqqara, Egypt's first colossal pyramid. Egypt was divided into provinces governed by local authorities during Djoser's reign. To solidify his power and construct a centralized government, Djoser implemented a series of administrative and political reforms. Djoser appointed Imhotep, a brilliant architect and advisor, as his vizier, or prime minister, to do this. Imhotep developed and constructed Djoser's pyramid, which is regarded as an unmatched architectural and technological achievement in Egyptian history. The pyramid has numerous floors and stands roughly 60 meters tall. It also had a number of funerary and religious complexes, which established a model for subsequent Egyptian pyramids. Djoser was well known for his military and trading exploits, in addition to his architectural accomplishments. He maintained commercial relations with other countries, including as the Kingdom of Punt on Africa's east coast, and fought the Sinai Desert nomadic tribes. Djoser's influence, as well as his administrative and political reforms, set the groundwork for the establishment of Egypt's centralized, bureaucratic state, allowing successive pharaohs to construct the Old Egyptian Empire. After Djoser, additional pharaohs governed the Third Egyptian dynasty, including Sekhemkhet and Khaba, however their reigns were brief and little is known about them. Pharaoh Huni then came to the throne, but little is known about his reign. Huni, on the other hand, is thought to have been the last pharaoh of the Third Dynasty and the creator of the Fourth. The Nile River was vital to the ancient Egyptian empire because it provided water and fertility to the Egyptian territories. The Nile is the world's longest river, flowing through Egypt from Lake Victoria in East Africa to the Mediterranean Sea, making it an important supply of water for Egyptian agriculture and daily life. The ancient Egyptians settled near the Nile's banks, particularly in the Delta and Nile Valley, where the grounds were more fertile and allowed for the production of a diverse range of products such as wheat, barley, flax, dates, and fruits. The annual flooding of the Nile River was critical to Egyptian agriculture because it left nutrient-rich sediment on the ground, allowing crops to thrive. Aside from its agricultural significance, the Nile served as a major trading route, allowing products to be conveniently transported across the empire. Boats were an important element of the Egyptian economy, transporting building materials, agricultural products, and minerals down the Nile. The Fourth Egyptian dynasty began with Pharaoh Snefru, who ruled from roughly 2613 BC to 2589 BC and is remembered for his military and architectural achievements. He commanded multiple military excursions to the eastern desert and northern Egypt, as well as building several pyramids, including the Red Pyramid at Dasha, which is thought to be Egypt's first real pyramid. Snefru's son, Khufu or Cheops, was the Fourth Dynasty's next pharaoh and was responsible for the construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza, one of the most amazing and mysterious buildings in human history. The Great Pyramid is the largest of Giza's three pyramids and is thought to have taken 20 years to build with the help of hundreds of laborers. Cheops's son, Djedefre, reigned as the Fourth Dynasty's second pharaoh, from roughly 2566 BC to 2558 BC. His reign is renowned for the construction of the Abu Roash Pyramid, although little else is known about it. Khafra, a half-brother, took the throne after Djedefre. Khafra is most known for constructing the Khafra Pyramid, the second biggest pyramid at Giza, which also includes a great sphinx carved from a single piece of limestone. The Great Sphinx is one of the world's largest and oldest statues, and its origin and purpose remain unknown. Menkaure, Khafra's son, was the next pharaoh, reigning from around 2532 BC until 2503 BC. Menkaure is most remembered for building the Menkaure Pyramid, Giza's tiniest pyramid, but he is also noted for his achievements in temple and shrine construction, as well as encouraging culture and the arts. The Fourth Dynasty ended with Menkaure, and the kingdom experienced a fall in political stability and consolidated rule. Despite this, the construction of pyramids and other significant structures continued in the succeeding dynasties, but on a smaller scale and with less frequency. Religion played an important role in Egyptian culture and society. The ancient Egyptians worshipped numerous gods and goddesses, each with their own area of influence and power. Egyptian religion was polytheistic, which means they worshipped a variety of gods and goddesses who were frequently represented in human, animal, or hybrid form. The Egyptians believed that after death, the deceased soul would travel to the afterlife to face a final judgment. The heart of the deceased was weighed against the pen of the goddess Mat, who symbolized truth and justice, in this ultimate judgment. If the corpse's heart was heavier than the feather, it was believed that Amit, a soul-eating monster, would devour the soul and the deceased would be denied admission to the hereafter. As a result, the Egyptians were concerned with mummification, which entailed removing internal organs, cleaning and drying the body, and wrapping it in linen bandages. Mummification was a costly practice reserved for the wealthy, such as the pharaohs and upper classes. Mummification and funeral ceremonies were thought to be vital to assure afterlife life and to protect the deceased's corpse on its passage to the afterlife. Death rites also included the burying of personal belongings and jewelry, such as protective amulets and statues of servants and employees required in the hereafter. These items were thought to aid the deceased's trip to the afterlife and life after death. Pharaoh Userkaf, who reigned from roughly 2494 BC to 2487 BC, founded the Egyptian 5th dynasty. Under his reign, the first sun pyramid was built at Abu Sir, indicating that the sun cult was becoming more popular. He also founded a new cult in honor of the deity Ra, demonstrating the religious prominence of ancient Egypt. Sahur was the 5th dynasty's next pharaoh, reigning from roughly 2487 BC to 2475 BC. Sahur is well known for his accomplishments in trading, particularly with the inhabitants of Punt, which is located on Africa's east coast. He also constructed Sahur's pyramid at Abu Sir, which is regarded as one of Egypt's most beautiful. After Sahur, his successor, Neferikare Kakai, reigned from roughly 2475 BC until 2455 BC. Neferikare Kakai is well known for constructing Abuser's biggest pyramid and for his support of religion and the arts. Nayuser was the 5th dynasty's next pharaoh, reigning from 2455 BC until 2421 BC. Nayuser is most renowned for his exploits in temple construction and his advocacy of religion and the arts. The 5th dynasty began to wane after Nayuser, and control grew decentralized. The 6th dynasty's pharaohs strove to restore centralized rule, but were not as successful as their forefathers. The reign of Teti, who ascended to the throne by marriage with the previous pharaoh's daughter, began the Egyptian 6th dynasty approximately 2323 BC. Teti encouraged the building of temples and monuments in his capital, Memphis, and it is known that he conducted military campaigns in Sinai and Nubia. Upon Teti's death, his son Pepi I ascended the throne and carried on his father's policies, such as encouraging temple construction and growing trade with Nubia. It is also known that Pepi I wielded significant power in state administration and governed with the assistance of a cabal of top officials. Pepi I was followed by his son Merenra, who reigned for only a few months before dying. Pepi II, Merenra's younger brother, ascended to the throne at the age of 6. He reigned for 94 years, making him the Egyptian pharaoh with the longest reign. Under Pepi II's reign, the 6th dynasty began to wane. Local governors steadily gained independence as centralized power collapsed. Furthermore, trade with Nubia decreased, and the economy began to deteriorate. Ultimately, with the death of Pepi II, the 6th dynasty came to an end. Following his death, Egypt experienced the first intermediate period, a time of chaos and internal struggle during which authority was further decentralized and Egypt was governed by various regional dynasties. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.